You are now listening to the National Show with Gainstaville and Magee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gainstaville and Magee. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, follow, click the bell to get alerts when we pop on. Follow us everywhere, linktree.com/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. Follow us, like us, watch the videos. Shoot us an email, nationalshow@gmail.com. Let us know how you feel, man, because we're going to need some input from y'all this year with the way that this season is going. We're going to need all of the love and shares and follows to generate that energy that we can send back to Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying?
Consider it like group therapy.
Right. Oh, man. So here we go.
It's wild, man. First off, it's weird to have a second bye week and it's still only, early October. But we started early with that Ireland game.
Yeah. In Dublin.
We got to jump. We got to jump on the season. So it's just kind of the schedule is a little off, but another week off can't hurt us.
Yeah, damn sure can't hurt us more than we hurting now, boys.
That's Shit. Right. That's right. That's right.
Oh man. So what a weekend in college football though, all around, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's really well. Let's we can talk about the Clemson game in a minute, but we should address that the fact that number one Alabama lost, Tennessee, who was kind of on a heater so far this season, they lost. Missouri, who was in the top 10, they lost, right? We were talking about that game because they were playing Texas A&M, and we even said, since that Notre Dame game, A&M's been playing better. Watch out, right? Tough place to go, we were talking about that. And then Michigan too, but also Michigan wasn't.
Yeah, Michigan already done got mollywopped early on by, nobody's state. So
right, they're not the roster they were last year. Obviously not the coaching staff they were last year. Both Harbaugh and the dude who was doing all the cheating are both gone. Right, Connor Stallions. Right, so that's no big deal. But that Alabama loss was the one, man. It was Vanderbilt. It was Vanderbilt.
Yeah. First freaking win versus a top 5 team, period.
We literally have been making jokes forever about the only reason they're in the SEC is to bring up the average GPA of the
SEC. Yep. Can't say that shit no more. Oh, man. Can't say that no more. They handle business, bro.
Good for them.
Yeah,
good for Vanderbilt, man. Good for Vanderbilt. It's not like they like Bama didn't ball and Vanderbilt got lucky and scooped up a crazy fumble in the mud and ran it back for a surprise. They legitimately went out there and played ball against Alabama. Now, yes, upset spot for Alabama, right? Trap game for Alabama. They're going to play Vanderbilt after a couple real big games, right? But I understand it being a close game. I understand having to come back and win, or having a bad first half or something, coming out the gate slow. But I mean, what Vanderbilt score? 40-some points.
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was a series of unfortunate events. One, it was a bad game off of Georgia.
Yeah.
2 is old boy's first year in the SEC and first year of not really even bigger than the SEC is
We were
being that
just
top
giving him
dog, bro.
props.
Like getting everybody's best every single weekend. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that has to go said, like Alabama, and that's something that Nick Saban did a damn good job of when he was there, of keeping them boys up. Now, he had a couple close ones. I think last year with South Florida, it was a close one early on or whatever. But at the end of the day, you knew damn well Alabama wasn't losing to no scrub team, no matter how ugly it looked on the field or whatever. So he had a way of getting those boys up, but keeping them up week in after week out, no matter who, they was playing, because everybody you playing, Alabama's going to be on the schedule. You're going to circle that game. You're going to get up for that game a little earlier. You're going to have your juices flowing a little bit more. Well, new coach, like, I think that's what got him more than anything, man. It's just having such a big game versus Georgia and then, riding high for that big win. And then Vanderbilt was like,
we were just giving him props last week.
Yeah.
Or at least I was, pardon me.
Me too.
I try to be careful to speak for myself always, but
hell, I owe you a dinner off of him.
Yeah. It's going to be delicious. I can't wait for all 13 courses. It's a tough, it's tough when you step up to that SEC level. You want to play against all the best teams in the country. You get to play against all the best teams in the country. But it's what it is, man.
Yep.
What you deal with, man. It's unfortunate.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that you're the team with the target on your back, and you're gonna get you're everybody's Super Bowl. You're literally the team that gets circled when they get this guy. Right?
Yep.
We used to get that shit in the ACC, and now we're the team that everybody enjoys kicking while we're down.
Yeah. Oh, they still circle us. The only difference is they beating our ass now.
No. I get it. You know what I mean? They're gonna, like when Miami was bad, I enjoyed kicking them while they were down. When Clemson is bad, I keep thinking Clemson's bad, and then look, all of a sudden they're in the top 10 again. Talk about that game.
Right.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
A few other games from last week. Let's mention. SMU was getting 11 points at Louisville and won by 7. They are in the top 25. It is their first year in the ACC, and they seem to be up for the challenge. All right. Now I get it. Louisville's been slipping for 3 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. At least 2 weeks in a row. But it's SMU seems to enjoy this. They enjoyed having Florida State to Dallas, and they did their thing, and they enjoyed going to play Louisville, and they don't. What's the way to say it? They don't seem to be. They understand the assignment. They don't seem to be like in any way not up for the challenge. They're ready to play at this level apparently.
Yeah. And thank the NIL deal for that, man. But prior to the NIL, you had teams like SMU that got mad money, but it's like with all the money in the world, you can't do shit if you're not in a Power 5 conference, and you can't compete with Alabama, who's
right.
And
we talked about it. That's why they were spending so much money to get in the ACC. They just wanted a pack. Because they knew they could outspend everybody. They've done it before. They just can't do it anymore because they already got the death penalty once, So now they can do it legally. They're like, oh, shit, we already know how to do this.
You never lie.
We got lawyers. That's cool. It's easy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the transfer players they have there within the last 2 years. They got players that was on Miami, Alabama, all the big schools or whatever. So they, like you said, it was ready. Like you said,
there was a lot of players from the Dallas area that were playing out of state that were like, "Oh shit, I can just go home. Oh, and now I can, and have a chance and get paid and have a chance. I'm not good enough to play at Texas, but." I wouldn't be the worst to be at home in DFW,
Yeah, or Texas only giving you $20K and then SMU double that thing.
And you get you got better chance of plays, footage.
Mm-hmm.
You get looks.
All of that, man. This is scary. They scare me for the future, bro.
Yeah,
they scare me.
So there was this other game. I don't know. It wasn't that late for you, but for people on the East Coast, it was pretty late.
Yeah, I was thinking about y'all.
Traditional ACC country. This ACC matchup was like steps from the Pacific. Actually, steps from the Bay Area, and then there's San Francisco, and then the Pacific. But the point is, right out in the West Coast, Miami at Cal. Miami was number 8. We talked about it, how they were, Cal was getting 14 points, and we thought, maybe that's too many. Long flight, first time out there. We found out game day was popping up there. Like, Cal came to play, man.
Yes, hell they did.
Cal was like, wait a minute, all eyes are on us, and they seem to really like it.
Yeah. But it also made me think of what you said about the whole jet lag team, because Cal is the only fucking team that we beat this year. And maybe that was because of the whole jet lag, because now it's reversed. Now it's Miami that had to travel 2,000 plus miles or whatever, and they was just chilling in their own comfort zone.
We have to think about this in college sports and weight it even more than I've been waiting. I always bet against a West Coast NFL team playing in the early time slot on the East Coast, because it's a weird hour for them. Right there in their heads, it's like 10 a.m. It's what the fuck are we doing? Getting ready for a game? It's so early, right?
Right.
But those guys are pros, and they've been flying and traveling and doing this shit, right? These kids haven't been doing like cross country travel with these big games, week in, week out, until now. There has to be it's going to take a minute for the books and the betting public to all catch up to the nuances of the new NIL era, right? And it seems like this is a spot where we can sort of take advantage of, right? We beat Cal because they were fucking tired after that long ass flight to Tallahassee, and similarly, Miami had an even longer flight because it's all the way down to Miami, So
I definitely think that's something to look at, man. But still looking at the positive side of it, them playing Cal that close gives me more hope versus us playing Miami at the end of the month.
I mean, we're on upset duty at this point. Our we were hoping, let's go fuck Clemson's year up. Now we're hoping, okay, let's fuck somebody else's up here. I'm like, that's all we got at this point, right? All we can do is somehow fuck shit up for Miami, somehow fucking.
I'll do that though. That could salvage the season.
Hell yeah.
Miami shit up, fucking Florida shit up.
Hell yeah, dude. And I wouldn't mind kicking Louisville real quick, what I mean? While they're reeling, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't have a whole lot of faith. But shit, that's what I'm hoping for at this point, my guy. I just want somebody else to feel the pain that I'm feeling.
Right.
Thank God we have a bye week. I have had a whole different perspective. And now, granted, there's a fucking hurricane coming. I hope everybody's safe in Florida.
Yeah.
But I said coming. I said that because we're pre-recording this episode a couple days early, just in case we don't have internet. But point is, not having an FSU game this week has been a weird weight off my shoulders. Right? I haven't been all week thinking oh shit, I gotta watch another Florida State game this week.
It's like the kid in school that gets bullied by, and every day he has to hop on that bus. He got to walk down that hallway and go to class. And it's that bully all right, where your lunch money at, Playboy?
That kid's Googling, what are the penalties for getting caught being truant? Like, not going.
Right. Right.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's talk about that game. So Clemson,
Mm-hmm.
they put up 29 on us.
Mm-hmm. Clemson.
They're playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing really well. I mean, they're playing better than we give them credit for. I'm still mad at their head coach for sending that fucking video your way. That was just
asshole.
Just tacky. You expect better than that out of
Right.
He projects a certain positivity and shit like that. You just wouldn't expect.
Ain't nothing but a projection at this point.
Yeah, man. Hypocrite. Apparently, we got video proof. Hypocrite as fuck. Man.
Right.
But the 29 didn't feel like I saw a little fight out of our defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I didn't see a lot of fight, right? But like I saw like bursts of like fight and desire. Mm-hmm. Similarly, our offense only put up 13 points. But there's a little bit of there's like some sparks, right? There were some flashes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want to give credit for like trying, right? Because you're supposed to motherfucking try, right? Like I tend to applaud those that like go above and beyond, or like really do it because I just expect hard work right out of them. But compared to what we've seen earlier this season, I was pleased.
Yeah. Dude, fuck that. I'm going to give them credit, man. That, what I said, has been missing from the quarterback position, from our offense. I saw that shit with Brock out there. I saw passion. I saw him high-fiving motherfuckers. I saw him getting them people ass. I saw him screaming, yelling. I saw the passion of Florida State football out there on the field when we was on offense. And I ain't seen that shit since Jordan Travis was here. Literally. Well, I ain't seen it since he played last year, really. That's the last time I seen it. Now, I will give him also more credit because a lot of freshmen got their due diligence this weekend. He switched it up, bro. He put the younger receivers in, that tight end that had been dropping all them damn passes. His ass sat out and they put the two freshmen in there to get production or whatever. So with all of those new pieces gelling in together, yes, I'm going to expect some fuck ups and shit. I'm pissed off because I'm seeing this shit fucking week 6 or 7 instead of week 1 and 2 when we could have ironed this shit out and went on or whatever. But
we knew that we were going to start seeing some of the younger guys get some play at this point. What the fuck,
right?
What else is the goal at this point than to get better as a team?
Right. But I love to see the younger guys play. I love to see Brock in there, man. Hopefully he can build on what he did this weekend. He had a better QBR or a better quarterback rating than all of the games DJ has had or whatever this year. So it's only up and up with us with Brock. I'm just trying to figure out why the fuck it took so long to get him in there. Why does it take someone getting injured to get the guy behind in? Like you can see that our offense is gelling better, moving better, on point better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you see that passion now. You see motherfuckers want to go out there and get something done. People want to block for somebody. Even in the post-game interviews and how you hear them talking, the way they talked about Brock, you don't ever hear them mention DJ like that. So you could tell they got his back, man. So that's what I liked to see this weekend, man. I love that. And that gives me a little bit of hope going towards the next couple of weeks, man.
Yeah. It wasn't okay. I feel a little bit better, right? I feel a little bit better about things. I'm still bummed out that we're 1-5. Like,
yeah, you ain't get around that shit, bro. Right now, everything is for the future. Like you said, we ain't doing shit this year, but fucking somebody's season up or whatever.
Gosh, I hope, man. I really hope, bro. My goodness. Dude.
But it's this year is a good year to build towards the future. Okay, yes, we may not be winning the ACC. We may not be going to a bowl game at this fucking point. But at least we can build something for next year. Get some experience on the Brock. Get them running backs and receivers some experience and stuff or whatever. So that next year we have some form of chemistry to go behind and don't have so much of it. Because that plug and play shit fucked us up this year. grabbing 17.
Yeah, it
And I
worked
get
2
grabbing-
years in a row, and then
It worked
and we got
then.
overconfident. We were like, well, we'll just count on it, and it didn't
Right.
work. Yeah,
It worked then because we had Jordan Travis being the glue to stick
Yeah.
all of that shit together. Keon Coleman, first year, he extensively spent extra time with him in the offseason, running routes,
Speaking of-
getting that chemistry down pat or whatever.
you saw that. You saw that. It was like an 80-yard touchdown, 60-yard touchdown, or something.
Yeah.
I was going nuts, man. That made me happy.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's healthy that we get a little week. We get to breathe.
Mhm.
We get to enjoy this. Guys get 2
Mhm.
weeks to prepare for the next game. It's good. And we'll talk about next week. Next week, that's
Yeah.
let's take everybody take a deep breath, enjoy, stretch your legs, stretch your arms, etc.
Mhm.
But there are some
And on
other
a Friday,
games that,
too.
yeah, there are some other games. Wait, the game's on Friday next week?
Yeah, bro.
Should we
Will
do
we?
the show a day? Nah, we'll still do it on Friday. We'll just do it a little
Yeah.
bit before the game starts. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So there are some games this week of note that we should discuss, though, even though we have a bye week. Not everybody has a bye week. You know what I mean? Right.
Mhm.
So, few games, just a couple, small handful. First off, Clemson is now number 10 in the country. Top 10.
Mhm.
They are going to Wake Forest. Wake Forest is getting 20.5 points.
Mm.
Is that enough to get you interested?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's enough.
You think
20
that
plus.
you think this is like a trap spot for them, like Alabama at Vandy? This is their Vandy moment. They just saw Vandy do it, and they're like, we want to cut down some goalposts.
Yeah. 20 plus points. I don't think Clemson can beat them by 20 plus.
It's a lot. Wake Forest
Yeah.
hasn't really shown much this season, but again, we
They
talk about
never
it.
do until it's time for them to whoop somebody's ass.
Right?
Remember the year when they beat us? I don't think we ever had lost to them, and they had 4 or 5 losses on the season and came right in Tallahassee and whopped our ass.
That's the point, man. It is they have that target that we had, right?
Mhm.
Clemson, Miami. Those are the
Yep.
two teams that are wearing those targets in the ACC. So they're gonna get Wake Forest's best game of the season. They got to prepare
Mhm.
for everything. So yeah, that's a lot of points for a football game,
Yeah, that's a lot of
lot
damn
of
points, bro.
especially for a home team.
Mhm.
In fact, all the games I'm going to bring up this week involve home teams getting points, home dogs. And although the next one's a little weird because it's a neutral site, actually. So it doesn't
Mhm.
really count as home. It's different, Next
Yeah.
one is the Red River rivalry. So they played at the Cotton
Mhm.
Bowl in Dallas, right? Neutral territory. It
Mhm.
is Texas and Oklahoma.
Mhm.
Oklahoma is now 18th in the country.
Mhm.
Texas is now the number 1 team in the country
Yeah, boy.
with a
Yeah.
fine Armenian man as their head coach.
That Manning boy in there too, ain't him?
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have 2 good quarterbacks.
No, I want to say didn't Ewers get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. I think he's probably back though, playing
Oh, okay.
or coming back. Let's see.
Yeah.
I guess that's good info. Still, Texas is now wearing that target that Alabama had last week. All right, like now
Mhm.
it's not awesome being number 1. Everybody wants to come get you, right? But they're a really complete team. Yeah, they're a really complete team. They play really great football. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like Arch
I'm-
Manning's starting up 1 more week.
Okay, cool. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, though. You can't go wrong either way. Quinn Ewers is the truth, and Archie Manning has not done nothing but ball out every time he touched the field.
Yeah.
So
He's going to be the starter when he's back, but it looks like it might be 1 more week. It looks like Arch Manning's going to be starting this week against against
Shout
Oklahoma.
out for him for sticking to still in Texas, man. Like, especially in the age where all of these young bucks is, oh, I want to go somewhere else to start. He could have got that bag anywhere else in the country. And chose to stay at Texas, man. For this, it's the second year sitting behind him now.
Yep.
So,
and it looks like he'll get, the next 2 years as the starter, and he'll get to have a lot of fun and a lot of motherfucking fun in Austin, Texas, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good time for the kid, and he'll be prepared for the first role.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with getting ready
at all, bro. At all.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. Oklahoma's obviously going to be motivated. Those two teams have a storied history. They love beating each other and playing each other. That'll be a good one.
I'm taking
could be another spot. We could see number one get beat again, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I still take Texas. It's just a 14.5 points.
That's a lot.
Know about that. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
In the rivalry game of that magnitude. So
yeah,
I don't know. That needle could fall either way.
Right. You can see a backdoor cover and Texas wins by 10. Right. They're up by 18. You're feeling good. And then Oklahoma wins, or gets a touchdown at the end for no reason. Right.
Yep.
So, next. Oh, I should look up the over-under on this one now that I think about it. Next is number 9, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin. At number 13, LSU. LSU is at home. They're getting 3.5 points. Another home dog. It's been weird with LSU when they're playing well this year. They're playing really well. And then they just kind of look like shit for a couple quarters.
Yeah.
I know it's DBU, but like LSU has been giving up some yards, and that Lane Kiffin loves to throw the ball, and it's not like Ole Miss. It can really slow down LSU if they try to start putting up points either. That's why I was thinking right before I said that I should at least look up the over-under, because this could be a really high-scoring game.
Yeah. Like you said, neither team really plays defense or caters a defense. I think LSU, that's just kind of that NIL effect, man. When people can throw money at your players, you can't keep that starting cornerback three times deep on the depth chart. You know what I mean? Because lately, wide receiver or DB, they have had NFL talent from start to finish on the depth chart or whatever. And we're now seeing, with the NIL, people ain't lining up there. People transferring out and starting in other places. They going to SMU. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see them. I see this happening everywhere, man. Georgia, Alabama, all across the boards, bro.
And when you're not as deep and then you get an injury, you're fucked. Whereas when all these schools were able to stockpile talent and have 3 deep worth of starters, 100 players worth of 5 stars, and lock them in before they could really transfer easily and stuff like that. It was a different situation. Some of these great teams could handle a bad injury or something. They could fill that spot. Nowadays, you're absolutely right. If you're a super talented 5-star and you're not getting time because there's 2 other 5-stars in the room at your position group,
I get time or money,
and you're transferring after week 3 or 4 and so that it still counts as a redshirt year and you can still play the next year.
Yep. Shit's crazy, bro. Yeah,
it's
crazy.
So over under 65.5 points.
Ooh.
Actually, it went down. It opened at 65.5. You can get it 62.5.
And that's both combined, right?
Combined total score.
Oh, I'm going over that.
I love the over.
Over that.
Love the over.
Over that.
Yeah.
Might be over that by third quarter, bro.
Ha! You might be right. You might be right, man. You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, over 62.5. I love that. That's my favorite bet so far that we've talked about.
Hell yeah. I need to highlight that.
Yeah.
I'm taking that. That's money in the bank right there.
I think so. All right. Here's the other one we got to talk about. Although I'm excited about Texas, Oklahoma. And I think Ole Miss LSU is just going to be a shootout. It's going to be really a lot of fun. It's going to be like a tennis match. It's going to go up and down. The fans are going to go left, right with their head. What's cool with all this realignment, just like Cal had to, come all the way to Tallahassee and then Miami went all the way to Cal. There's wild matchups. As a result, we have Ohio State going to Oregon for a Big Ten matchup.
Crazy.
Okay? Ohio State is number 2 in the nation. Oregon, number 3 in the nation. Oregon is getting 3.5 points again at home dog. This is wild, man. This is a big game. It's going to be late. It's going to be late night, just like Miami at Cal was, right? I think it's going to be late night, actually. And I'll be honest, I was shocked. Oregon's number 3. Fuck. Right? But this is a big game, man. They got a lot of talent. They got a lot of everything. I literally just early this morning, I was like, let me figure out something about these two teams. And just a few minutes, just watch some highlights of Oregon for this season because I haven't watched them yet. They look like they can play, They look like they can play. They're ready for the Big Ten.
Yeah. Oregon look like they can do the darn thing, man. And goddamn, Ohio State's no pushover either, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a toss up for me. I can't tell it. I can't call it.
It's 7:30, so 7:30 here. So it's not that late. It's not like some after dark 10 p.m. start. Although, it's only 4:30 out there, right? So it'll be the sun will be setting, right? It'll be good. It'll be happy hour for you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be fun, man. That's gonna be fun. I suspect the Oregon crowd is gonna show up. Cal put up the flag last week. These Pac-10 teams or these Pac-12 teams are they're taking to the new worlds. They're like, okay, everybody wants to watch us now. Watch, and this is good.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. They amped up as they should be. It's the first year in a new conference, playing new teams. It's a brand new atmosphere for them, man. It's just days as usual or whatever for teams like Ohio State and even Florida State and Miami when we play Cal or whatever. It's just a regular, out of conference game or whatever. But to them, everything is new. All of the opponents are new. It's like let's see this. Imagine that would have happened when we was in college back in the days, bro. Like the shit would have been wild, man.
We would have loved it.
Hell yeah.
We would have gone on a road trip to Dallas for that SMU game or some shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's exactly what we were just talking about with SMU. You know what I mean? They're pumped to be in the ACC. It's exciting. They're ready to go. They want to show off. They want to play all these teams. They want to let them know that they're ready to be there and they're ready to compete. They're not going to be pushed around.
Right. So yeah.
So that's it, man. Those are the 4 games I'm really paying attention to. I'm almost happy we don't have a game this week.
I'll stick another one in there, Florida, Tennessee. I kind of want to check out and see what's going on with that.
Super traditional rivalry.
Yeah. Plus, because Tennessee's coming off of that loss last week as well. Florida is on the verge of firing their coach. Players will finally want to step up and play for him now that he's about to lose his damn job. But
what do they call that? The death rattle?
Yeah.
That's what you see.
That part is the motherfucker already gone. They already got the money to sign, seal, deliver him. They just waiting for the right opportunity. And poor fella's still out there fighting for his job. So that
we should keep an eye out on the that Penn State at USC game. Right? That's a long flight. That's what we just talked about, So Penn State is undefeated. They're 4th in the nation. But somebody on this show may have a little ticket at 25-1 on them to be national champions. I don't know which one of us it is, but
I know which one.
So we'll see. USC, some weeks they look really good, but not every week right now. It seems like they got like a hangover after Caleb Williams left.
Yeah. I definitely feel that. Yep. Sometimes it's hard replacing that, that type of quarterback that fits the system.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it there.
All righty. We don't even need to pump anybody up because there's no game. So
Right.
let's just wrap it up.
Right.
All right. So the National Show is a co-production between Broham and B Yappin, BYAPN. And it can be enjoyed at YouTube/National. It's at National. NATIONOLE. You should check out the link tree. That's the move, right? It's linktree/National Show, NATIONOLESHOW. And it has links to everything. It has our YouTube link where you should be subscribing and liking everything, signing up for the notifications, right? It's super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it has links to all our socials. We're on Instagram. We're on the X, right? It has links to all that. So that's the move. Hit the link tree. While you're checking out link trees, you can also check out Gainstaville's. It is linktree/Gainstaville. GAINSTAVILLE. And it has links to all the socials also and all his music. He just put out another album this year. It is called The Desperado Code. And I enjoy it. And you will too. Listen to it on every platform it is available on. That way he's getting all the likes, all the spins, all the downloads, all the things. It is incredibly helpful to artists whose music you like. And Gainstaville's music is something you either like or will like when you check it out. So do that. Also, you can check out the National Show as a podcast on betyourash.com or on the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we will have our own audio feeds pretty soon in the works. And when we have that rocking, we'll let you know. But for now, that's the move. If you want to listen to the audio only format.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything, right?
Yep, that's it, bro.
All right, well, no game, but it's always go Noles.
Always go Noles, baby. Peace.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gainstaville and Magee.